other doctor is going to do something. Very specific prediction. Someone will do something.
Brilliant.
Hi, I'm your hand. Ooh! Oh, no.
I don't know what to do!
Oh, no. Do you have to shoot that thing at point blank range or something?
Closing all Z neutrino relay loops using an internalized synchronous back feed reversal loop. That button there?
Donna, you can't even change a plug.
Do you want to bet, time boy?
You're something like this.
She's channeling the doctor. Jeez.
Time Lord. Part-time Lord.
Part human. Oh, yes. That was a two-way biological enterprise.
I thought she was absorbing the energy.
Doctor-Donna.
That's right.
Doctor-Donna. The Doctor-Donna. But that's brilliant. Why do we never think of that?
Because you two were just Time Lords, you dumbos. Lacking that little bit of human, that gut instinct that comes hand in hand with planet Earth. Do you know I ever tell you? Best tempting Chiswick.
Yeah.
Seconds per minute. Approach 3. Shelter top. Parabellum. Last minute push. Sorry. And I got the best bit as a doctor. I got his mind. So there's 3 of you. 3 doctors.
I can't tell you what I'm thinking right now.
But I can guess.
You betrayed the Daleks. I saw the truth of us, Creator, and I decreed no more. You have betrayed us. You will all be exterminated.
They always say that.
Without a reality bomb, this Dalek Empire is big enough to slaughter the cosmos. They've got to be stopped.
We must exterminate all the Daleks. Bye. Bye.
Fulfill the prophecy.
Jackie! Jack! Okay! Come with me! I promise I can save you!
Never forget, Doctor. You did this. You are the destroyer of the world. One will still die.
Uh-oh. Well, they have a doctor to spare, so...
Get Jack there!
Can't get rid of him.
Jack, what's your name?
Gwen Cooper. Tell me, Gwen Cooper, are you from an old Cardiff family?
Yes, all the way back to the 1800s.
Also, spatial genetic multiplicity. Yeah. Bloody old world.
K9, out you come!
Oh! Oh my God, they're bringing everyone in this thing.
You know why this TARDIS is always rattling about the place? Rose, that, there. It's designed to have 6 pilots, and I can do it single-handed. I'll keep that level, but not anymore. Jack, there you go, steady that. No, Jackie, no, not you. Don't touch her, just...
Listen, didn't Jackie bring that big yellow truck to Mickey? It's this Ood song, isn't it? Yeah. It's a much more civilized... It's a much more civilized way to pilot the TARDIS than they normally do. I was waiting for this. Oh no, I thought she was gonna kiss him.
You act like such a lonely man. But look at you. You've got the biggest family on Earth. Good girl. He's only 14. It's a long story. And thank you.
Sweet.
My grand passed away. Nice and peaceful.
Oh.
Last year's living in a mansion. There's nothing there for me now.
What will you do?
Anything. Brand new life. Just you watch. See you, boss.
Hey, you two! Thought I got rid of you.
That's an adventure I'd like to see.
You're back home.
And the walls of the world are closing again. Now that the reality bomb never happens. It's dimensional retroclosure.
I spent all that time trying to find you. I'm not going back now.
Yeah, stay in your own
You've
Earth.
got to. Because we saved the universe, but at a cost. And the cost is him. He destroyed the Daleks. He committed genocide. He's too dangerous to be left on his own. Full of blood and anger and revenge. Remind you of someone? That's me. When we first met. And you made me better. Now you can do the same for him.
But he's not you.
I look like him, I think like him. Same memories, same thoughts, same everything. Except I've only got one heart.
Which means?
I've only got one life. Rose Tyler. I could spend it with you. If you want.
The Doctor's still you.
And I'm him.
All right. Both of you, answer me this. What was the last thing you said to me? Go on, say it.
I said Rose Tyler.
Yeah, and how was that sentence going to end?
Does it need saying?
Yeah.
What was the end of that sentence?
And how does that feel?
Brilliant, fantastic, molto bene, great big universe packed into my brain. You know you can fix that chameleon circuit if you just tried hotbinding the fragment links and superseding the binary.
It's too much.
I'm fine.
It's too much.
You know what bugs me? Charlie Chaplin. I bet he's great, Charlie Chaplin. Should we do that? Should we go see Charlie Chaplin? Shall we? Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chester, Charlie Brown. No, he's fiction, fixing, mixing, Rixton, Brixton. Oh my god.
You know what's happening.
Disturbing.
There's never been a human Time Lord meta crisis before now. And you know why?
Because there can't be.
Yeah.
I was gonna be with you. Forever.
I know.
Travelling. In the TARDIS. The Doctor-Donna. I can't go back. Don't let me go back. Doctor. Please. Please don't let me go back.
Oh, Donna Noble, I am so sorry. But we had the best of times.
No, 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 please. Please. No, no, no.
Aww.
Help me.
Aww.
I had to wipe her mind completely.
Oh.
Every trace of me or the TARDIS. Anything we did together, anywhere we went. Had to go. Because if she remembers, just for a second, she'll burn up.
Ooh.
Never tell her.
Ooh.
You can't mention me or any of it.
But she was better with you.
That there are people living in the light and singing songs of Donna Noble. 1,000 million light years away.
That's true.
She was the most important woman in the whole wide universe.
She still is. She's my daughter.
That's right,
Maybe
Mom.
you should tell her that once in a while.
On my bed, in my clothes, like a flipping kid. What'd you let me do that
He's
for?
right there.
John Smith.
Mr. Smith was just leaving.
Nice to meet you.
As
Aww.
I said.
See ya. I'll tell you what though, you're wasting your time with that one. Because Susie met, she went on that dating site and she saw him.
What about you now? Who've you got? I mean, all those friends of yours.
They've all got someone else. I'm fine.
I'll watch out for you, sir.
You can't ever tell her.
No. But every night, Doctor, I'll look up. On her behalf,
He should go on the TARDIS.
I'll look up at the sky. Think of you.
Thank you.
I think he should go on the TARDIS. Even if just for a little ride. Just an opinion. Really? Oh, okay. That was a quiet ending. Alright, people. That was a hell of a finale. That was a really big finale. I know most of the finales are on a huge scale, but plot-wise, but this was huge on a plot-wise scale and all the characters. And I really loved seeing everybody. That was really fun. I'm very sad to lose Donna. I feel like even though I got a Christmas special with her and then, these 10 episodes, I still feel like, oh, I guess that's the point of the story. It's very sad. It was tremendously disturbing to see her be so overwhelmed like that. Sort of by a Time Lord's energy, or, I don't say DNA. It's not like she transformed into a Time Lord, but she absorbed the energy of a Time Lord. And it reminded me a lot of Rose at the end of the first series finale, when it was just too much. Although that was a different type of energy. That was the time vortex. She looked into the TARDIS, heart of the TARDIS. So this was a little bit different, but it has that similar result in just a human and a human's limitations being overwhelmed by a higher being's power. I am glad that it turns out I get a little more Tennant. So now you have my feelings on whenever the change may be, the regeneration, the real regeneration. Well, I guess this was a regeneration. It was just a healing regeneration. But, the next regeneration where he regenerates into a different actor. I'm both interested in it and very afraid of it. So I'm personally glad I get a little more Tennant. So very interesting choice to have infused Donna with the Time Lord essence and then have it be reciprocated as the second Doctor regenerated. So there's like a hybrid human Time Lord, which kind of mirrors the old hybrid Dalek, human Dalek. It's a slightly more human version of a Time Lord seemed to be more aggressive and violent and, like closer to a Captain Jack. Not that I've taken any sort of deep dive into Captain Jack's psyche or anything, but, he's always been sort of ready for a physical fight. He's always with his weapons and his guns and stuff. So he's very different from the Doctor in that way. For the most part, because the Doctor can go dark. He can go there when he wants to. So it's interesting that those characteristics sort of got parceled out to Doctor number 2. And I don't know about Davros's, mad comparison about, these are all the Doctor's children and the Doctor has created all this destruction and they're, these humans willing to carry out destruction on behalf of the Doctor. And I'm like, I just don't know about that. I think, that speaks more to their human nature than anything else. And that they've all made their choices. I guess you could see that from a certain point of view, but I'm disagreeing. I think that, Martha was far more influenced by, clearly more influenced by everyone at UNIT, more so than the Doctor. Obviously she was influenced by the Doctor, but that, the Osterhagen key, I don't see that influence coming from the Doctor, really. I think it was just something that Davros was saying to, needle him and get under his skin. That's how I see it. So every single one of those people made their choices. Yes, their lives were influenced by the Doctor, but in the end, it's not like they were carrying out Doctor's orders. They chose to do these things with their lives, so... I do have to say, with the Davros and all the Daleks and stuff, there's always sort of the big flaw in the plan of I'm going to destroy everything and destroy the universe. Well, then you have nobody left to subjugate. You have nobody left to conquer. What's the use of destroying your playground? Right? Like, the point is to lord it over everyone else on the playground, not just destroy the playground and then, oh, we're the only things in existence. And if their primary thing is like, we need to exterminate and conquer, okay, so what happens after you get rid of everything, right? So that's, and this is not Doctor Who specific. This has been brought up in, other shows, other stories, other books, other tales. If you're like, evil overlord of the universe, you still want to have people around to enslave and toy with. Like, there's no point in destructing things, because then you're just you all alone sitting there going, well, here we are. So there's that. And I don't know, that weapon that they constructed was like, why are you opening up the TARDIS door and then like waiting and charging, and then Donna picks it up, and legitimately she didn't know how it worked, but like you could have like opened the TARDIS door and shot it. Did it have a point blank range or something? It was just my one little nitpick, and it is nitpicky, I know, but I was like, really? You just like open the door a crack and then ching, but no, we have to, I don't know. The nitpick, allow me my nitpick. Oh, it was weird to see Jackie with a gun. What the hell? I'm thinking maybe I have missed something, like maybe there's something on Torchwood, or maybe this is, just a development that has happened off screen. But like Jackie with the big guns? I don't know. That was strange. And also the Doctor regenerating into Doctor Option 2, human hybrid Doctor, brings up this question. I feel like it warrants more discussion than it got, but of course so much was happening. How could you even have this discussion? And then at the end, he was just sent off to live his life with Rose, which I'll get to. But you have this instance before of the Doctor, his DNA being used to have a daughter, and the debate in that episode of what is a Time Lord. Well, you're not really a Time Lord. I mean, I would imagine that a daughter whose DNA was extracted solely from the Doctor's is far more of a Time Lord than a human hybrid Time Lord. So I feel like that is something that needs to be explored, and maybe it's explored in the future. That's a topic I would love to have delved into, but clearly there was no time. So even with a time machine, there's no time. It's fascinating to me that Mickey chose to remain on Earth 1. Now I'm going into like DC realm and multiverse. Our primary Earth, I'll call it primary Earth. And I understand his grand died, and he said, oh, there's nothing there for me now. But he had done so much more work there on the parallel Earth. I mean, don't begrudge him coming home, and I get it, but that was an interesting choice for him, I think. A little more confusing was sticking Rose back on the parallel Earth again. I get Jackie going back because she had her new child and Pete was there. And I mean, I guess, Rose returned to that family and her life there. I think I'm going to have to sit with it a little longer, but I think I like the resolution of giving Rose a partial doctor enough. It seems like it almost seems like a runner-up prize, but it is the Doctor, but it isn't the Doctor, but it's like half the Doctor, and I don't know. I don't know yet how I feel about that, so I'm gonna sit with that one. maybe I'll talk about it. I'm going to write down to talk about it in the series review. Talk about getting separated, from their lives in a different universe. I mean, this is now twice that Donna has had a reality taken from her. And she's not going to remember this one, apparently. But she had a false life in the library episode with her husband. I was really hoping that at some point they would find each other again. That's what I thought might happen. And, who's to say that, regular old Donna, who doesn't remember any of this on Earth, won't find that guy again. But if she doesn't, it makes that episode all the more tragic. It brings a tear to my eye just thinking about her man with the stutter unable to call out to her. Tragic. Although, I now suspect this show, every time they say this is impossible or this can't happen or there's great consequences, blah, 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 because they tend to go back on it or find a way around it. So if Donna ever remembers this life again, I think maybe there'll be a way around it. I don't know. But I feel so horrible for Donna on so many levels of A, just not seeing her anymore. It's going to suck. B, it is 2 lives that she's had taken away. Her fake digital computer life with her husband and 2 children, and her adventures with the Doctor and that path that she took. It does make me wonder if her memories are going to be wiped totally, or is it like a version of life without the Doctor? I mean, how without that piece, how do you explain not marrying Lance, and how do you explain where her life has taken her since? I don't know. So I have a lot of questions about where Rose ended up and where Donna ended up. Those 2 I'm really going to have to think about. Have a think. As for everybody else, I did not notice that it was the same actress who had played Gwyneth from the Dickens episode, the Cardiff maid. Someone pointed that out to me in a comment. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay, of course. And on watching this episode, yeah, I totally see it now. So I like that was actually mentioned. I know that when Martha played her own cousin and then played Martha, they mentioned like how much they looked alike. At least, even though they sort of recycle actors and recast them, they're not the only show to do that. Gilmore Girls did that a couple times. It's a spoiler for Gilmore Girls, in case you didn't see it. A very vague one, though. Great to see Jackie again, as always. Of course I love seeing Mickey. Of course. Jack and Donna's, like, outright interest in him was absolutely hilarious. I really was expecting her to just, like, grab him and kiss him. Nice to see Sarah Jane again. Still heartbroken at losing Harriet Jones. Damn it. Always lovely to see Martha. I love that, there was opportunity for all the companions to sort of overlap a little bit with each other. Even though I don't think we ever saw like a one-on-one moment between Rose and Martha. They acknowledged each other sort of in different frames on screen and stuff. But that was great. All of his companions at once. That was really cool. I really like that. The only problem that crops up when you have a cast that big is, I feel like I don't get enough of them. Like, I really wish I could see more Mickey, more Martha, more Rose. You just want, I'm greedy. I want more. But what we got was amazing. I think that was a really cool idea. And I was very touched by all the flashbacks of all the people that had been in the Doctor's life that he had lost. That was very touching. And yes, a number of them did sacrifice themselves for him, but not just for him, for in each situation, an entire, group of people. I really like that. I am sure that I will have more to say about it, that more will pop into my head. Just this happens, you know, you record your episodic thoughts immediately after, and this is just what pops into your head the first thing. As more things occur to me, I'll write them all down, and we'll do the series 4 review. Although I am aware that there are a number of specials, a part of me feels like I should delay the series 4 review and maybe include the specials. I'm just gonna play it all by ear and see how it goes. One way or another, there will be a series 4 review of some kind, and anything that I have not thought of for this episode will go into that. All right, thanks so much, guys, for joining me for the whole series. I really hope you enjoyed all of these reactions. If you enjoyed this reaction, please feel free to give it a like, a share, and a subscribe. The full reaction's on Patreon, and remember to join me for the Christmas special and for the upcoming specials, and we're gonna get to Series 5. Can't believe I'm saying Series 5. Wow. All right, guys, thanks. Bye.